Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your warm-up act, Mr. Ben Hart, everybody!
Yes. I want that again, because that was rubbish. So I'm going to introduce myself again.
This time, ladies and gentlemen, give him a West Cumbrian welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the stage a fantastic Mr. Ben Hart, everybody!
That was much better. I've heard 4 people shout Guinness straight away. Let's just address the fact that I'm wearing a Guinness top. Much easier then. Anyway, it's lovely to be here, Whitehaven. I was in Glasgow last night. Anyone been to Glasgow before? Yeah. It's not as nice as it. It's a bit rough, you know. I was in Glasgow and I was walking down the street, and you know, obviously in Scotland, everything's battered, isn't it? Everything's battered. So I was walking down the street and I saw a sign for battered women's shelters, and I thought, fuck me, they'll eat anything in Scotland, won't they? Ridiculous. Anyway, so I'm from a place called Bury in North Manchester. Anyone in the Bury? Yeah. One person. Right, how do you know Bury, boss? Shithole, yeah, nice. Oh. Where are you from? Kendal. Shithole. Yeah, there's anyway, perfect, thank you. No, so I'm from a place called Bury. Not a lot happens in Bury. Just for context, we've still got the Spanish flu in Bury. It's a bit behind. Honestly, COVID is going to fucking rock the place when it gets there. My God. Anyway, so the biggest things happened to Bury recently was we burnt a witch the other week. Rest in peace, Nan. It was but what a fantastic show it was. Anyway, so my sister comes home from school and she goes, Ben, big news. I'm like, what? She goes, Ben, Mary Berry is going to be judging the Berry Grandma cake baking competition. I was like, fucking hell, this is the biggest thing to happen to Berry since we burnt that witch the other week. Anyway, so I spent all night making this cake. I got there the next day. I made a black pudding themed cake. I'm just going to smash it. I've won this competition. Looking around, there's a Victoria sponge and a fudge cake. They go, okay, the special guest is going to arrive in 15 minutes. I was like, fucking hell. Mary Berry is going to be judging my cake at the Berry Grandma cake baking competition. Oh. They went, okay, the special guest is going to arrive in 10 minutes. I'm like, fucking hell. Mary Berry is going to be judging my cake at the Berry Grandma cake baking competition. I cannot believe it. Okay, the special guest is going to arrive in 2 minutes. I'm like, fucking hell, Mary Berry judging my cake. Unbelievable. But okay, we'd like to welcome the special guest, the Mayor of Bury. Oh, that was funnier than that. Come on, that was that's the best joke you'll hear all this year, I reckon. That was unbelievable. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm from all my family are from Bury. Also, my mum's from there. My mum is she's a bit of a nutter. My mum's a bit weird. My mum's a practicing witch. My dad says she doesn't need to practice. Anyway, but anyone into witchcraft? I can't see fucking anybody in here. Tell you, anyone into witchcraft or like spiritualism? Who is it? Where are you? Put your hand up.
She's got Bex.
She's got Bex, nice. I didn't ask her name, I just wanted to see her. That's no problem. Anyway, so what are you into? You into all like Reiki or like actual witchcraft? Well, just being silent, that's perfect. Reiki. Okay, so my mum, she's into all that sort of nonsense. I definitely think there's a correlation between divorced middle-aged women and developing spiritual powers, you know, in the 30s. She's like, oh God, Ben, I can see Nana everywhere. I was like, yeah, she lives fucking next door. My God, but anyway, no, so she's into all that nonsense. So I've actually moved house recently. I bought a new house recently. That's quite impressive, so I'm just going to say that again. I bought a new house recently. Thank you so much. Anyway, no, so a lot of bad stuff was happening. So she's like, you need to get your house cleansed. So she brought around this bit of sage, set it on fire. She's like, I'm going to get rid of all the bad spirits for you. She's going around the house. And I'm like, Mum, unless ghosts are scared of smoke alarms, you know what I mean? I think we'll be all right. But she's got you see you do Reiki? Silence. Okay, that's what I want. Yeah, you don't do responses. That's the thing you don't do. Anyway, no. So she's got these things called power stones, and you charge them overnight. It's like all the crystals and stuff. You leave them in the moonlight and they charge. And honestly, I've been putting my phone on there every time I go around. Just fuck all. So I think the worst one was I went to Australia last year doing some gigs. Thank you. You're clicking on. There we go. Perfect. Instant response, pants a man, that's what I want. No, so she's like, Ben. So I was doing a parachute jump when I was over there. She was like, you need to keep yourself safe, and I've got something for you. I was like, okay, perfect. She went, I've got this. It's a little black stone. She goes, Ben, that's a protection stone. I went, all right. She went, that'll keep you safe. I was like, Mum, unless that turns into a parachute, no, I think I'll be all right. But anyway, no, so she does She does all this nonsense, but she's mental. Like, we moved house when we were younger. It's just a story, just to show how mental she is. We moved house when we were younger, we moved next door. And about a month into living there, she went, I can't believe we've still got the same postman. So it's not one per house, mum, fucking hell, it's a big disaster, you know what I mean? But no, she does this mad thing as well. So I take them out for a lot of, well, when we were younger we had nothing, so I'm lucky enough now that I can take her to eat nice places. So I take her to a lot of restaurants. And let me know if you've got a friend or you're the person that does this, who does the accent of the food when you're ordering the food. You all know someone, don't you? That's my mum. So we'll be in an Italian restaurant and she'll be like, oh, I'd like a burrata, please. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'd like a burrata and a bolognese. I'm like, stop doing that. That is weird. She's like, no, it's not weird. I was like, Mum, it's offensive. I was like, she's like, it's not offensive. She's like, I'm embracing the culture. I was like, well, for one, he's from Preston. You know what I mean? She's not embracing any culture, Mum. She's like, yeah, a burrata and a bolognese, a margherita. And I'm like, stop it, that is so offensive. She's like, it's not offensive. I'm like, it is offensive. So if it's not offensive, do it in a Chinese. You're with me, aren't you? You know what I mean? Anyway, what should I give you next? Anyway, has anyone got an Apple Watch or a smartwatch in the room? One person, perfect. This joke will go really well then. There we are, perfect. So I wanted an Apple Watch for ages, and I finally got one. And it's like having a fucking bully on my wrist, you know what I mean? I'm at work, and it goes, Ben, you've not stood up much today. And I was like, yeah, well, some of us have got a job. I mean, or I was on a run the other week, if you can believe it. And he said to me, are you sure you're not walking? I own you, you know what I mean? I think the final straw for me was when the other night I was sat on the sofa, it was about 10:30, and he went, it's your bedtime. I was like, I'm a fucking grown man, you know what I mean? I've got to spend whenever I want. But it's not just your Apple Watch, it's your phone. Like, I think everyone got an iPhone in the room. When you listen to your music and it goes, your music's a bit loud. You know what I mean? It's like a shit friend. You know what I mean? Like, they'll help you in points where you don't need help. You know what I mean? Like, I need you to tell me, phone, when I'm about to order 15 pints of Guinness for some random girl I just met. You know what I mean? That's when I need you to stop me. That's real danger. Or when I'm in like a takeaway going, yeah, I'll take the lot, pal. I mean, that's when I need your help. It's crap. Hey, that's pretty new. I tried that for the first time tonight. Write that one down. That's a banker. Anyway, so I went to Australia. Has anyone ever been to Australia in the room? Perfect. Where'd you go? Melbourne. Who's talking? I still can't see a fucking thing. I'm just going to look in the direction. It's Melbourne. When you were there, when did you go?
About 7 years ago.
7 years ago. So I was just a bit of a tour over there, and a lot of younger people there they say too easy. Did you hear that when you were there? Just say yes. Just say yes. Easy for me, yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to speak to the Reiki woman at the back of the room for she's fucking disappeared. You know what I mean? Just the spiritual realm somewhere. She's Anyway, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, God, you are so weird. You're the only one. Yeah, you're the only one I can see. Do when people shout and they got this. But you do your whole body. It's like you're trying to echo it further as far as you can. Yeah, you did that time. You changed it up that time. Yeah. Still interrupting. But anyway, Anyway, back to the joke. So you went to Australia. So over there they've got a saying, it's too easy mate, everything's too easy. I didn't know this was the saying. So when I landed at Brisbane Airport, I went to McDonald's, I was really hungry. I was like, I'll have what, quarter pounder of a cheese meal, whatever it is. He went, do you want to make that a large? I was like, yeah, sure. He went, too easy. I was like, what do you mean it's fucking easy, pal? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't like that. But yeah, exactly. So over in Australia, the emergency number is 000 or 000. Obviously it's 999 over here. If anyone doesn't know, you should know that. But no, so when I was gigging in Brisbane, I actually got mugged. Yeah. There's a cunt at the back as well. There's one over there as well. Yeah, gotta watch him. You should go to the spiritual realm, maybe. That'd be good for me. Anyway, so so I got mugged, and I thought, I was on the street corner, and it says everywhere, you're in trouble, call 000 or call 000. So I thought I'd follow the advice of the Australian government. So I stood on the street corner, and I went, ooh, hours. Fucking hours I was there, hours. And no, but you think the police have had of it? It's ended with a woman putting a blanket on me in the end. And do you know, I thought I'll call my mum, I'll call my mum, I'm in trouble, I'm in danger. I call my mum, she went, Ben, have you got your protection stone? I was like, fuck off, Sharon, will you? It's not the time, you know what I mean? Anyway, has anyone ever worked in retail in the room? Or hospitality? 2 people, brilliant, just like the Apple Watch. Anyway, let's hope it goes as well as that. Are you talking at the back? Who's talking at the back? I hope we're talking about how good that joke was, because not during the show. Anyway, so yeah, I used to work in retail, and you go into retail, you're like, oh my God, I love people. I'm such a people's person. I just love meeting new people. 6 months later, when I live in the fucking woods on your own. And I watch Armageddon, I'm like, Bruce Willis, maybe just leave that meter, right, mate? We'll leave it there. But you get the common things from customers, you get the, excuse me, mate, do you work here? No, pal, I'm just a huge fan of the company. Oh, you know what? I'm taking my money elsewhere. Well, you know what, Sheila? I think we'll be okay without your £1.73 this week, but thanks for checking in. Oh, I think my best ever one, I used to work at Vodafone in the shop, and this lady comes in, she wants to take an iPad out on contract. So I tell her all the specs, your latest software, 10.1 inch screen, I think nothing of it. Next day she comes in, she goes, Ben, I want to make a complaint. I'm like, right, what? She goes, Ben, I got home and I measured the iPad. Yeah. And it's actually not 10.1 inches, it's actually 9.8. And I'm like, I'm not being funny, what difference a quarter of an inch make? She goes, Ben, are you single? So you beat me. Anyway, yeah, so anyone's into a guy that looks like the caterpillar from A Bug's Life, please give me a shout after the show. Or Wolfie from The Inbetweeners. That's one. I've seen that. I look so much like Wolfie from The Inbetweeners. Like, I sometimes pretend I'm Wolfie from The Inbetweeners. That's how Wreck-It Ralph, my dad calls me as well. That's where there's I think I'm like Ryan Reynolds if he never made it. That's what I think. That's what it is for me. But anyway, so I've got an interesting way of describing my love life and how it's progressed over the years. So it's like bank cards. So back in the old days, you used to put it in, push all the right buttons, get what you wanted, and now it's completely contactless. And I mostly just use my phone, to be honest. That's a good joke. Like, you'll tell someone that. You'll be telling people at work tomorrow. I've got this joke actually. It's about bank cards. Yeah, I'll lose that one forever. Anyway, right. So anyone? So who's in a relationship? Any couples in? Yeah. You couple, yeah. That's how long you been together for? Yeah. Answer one at a time. No, answer one at a time. 4. How many? Good. Yeah, good. No, not you again. I thought you'd gone. Anyway, so you've been together 6 years. Fuck you. I know, I'm trying to make a joke. Play along, fucking hell. Anyway, so so do you have any annoying habits? Like, what's your annoying habit? Yeah, no, yours is answering for him probably. But there's yeah. What would you say your annoying habit is? I'll give you mine. So my like annoying thing I do is that when I get undressed at the end of the day, it looks like I've been vaporised. You know what I mean? It's like I've just got a pile of clothes and there's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I just start it again each week. So yeah, so like some people snore, I used to go out with a girl who cried in her sleep, and I think it's because she was worried about waking up next to me. But anyway, no, so I've thought of a solution to this, like, say if you snore or something, so it can be a big deal breaker in a relationship. So I've thought of an app that can solve all these problems. It's an app I developed called Minger. Hear me out. So on Minger, you'd put all your worst photos, all your most annoying habits, then you'd always be pleasantly surprised when you met the person. Good idea, isn't it? It's a good idea. So like a Tinder date or a Bumble date, whatever it is, that's like Bird Box, that film. Reviews look great, pictures look great, boring as shit when you watched it. A Minger date is Fast and Furious 7. No, you didn't expect very much, but my God, when that submarine came up at the end, it blew my fucking mind. Anyway, that is funny. Anyway, there's so good, honestly, it's where I belong. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you the story actually. I'm going to finish with the story about how I lost my virginity. And yes, I have lost it for any rumours start in the room. So I think I was about 15, and I used to go out with this girl called Leanne, and her dad was the hardest guy in Bury. He was tough, he was fucking trouble, and I like trouble. You know what I mean? So I thought I'd go out with Leanne. And I think we were sat in Leanne's bedroom, and she goes, Ben, do you want to have sex? And I'm like, Of course I do, I'm a 15-year-old boy. You know what I mean? I've been fucking a cushion for the past 3 years. So yeah. So we get at it, you know, we start going, I'm pulling out my best moves, and I'm tickling the tassels, I'm looking for a tip. Because I was fucking a pillow. Fucking hell, slow. Anyway, so yeah, so we're going at it, and I lift the legs up in the air. I'm going for it, I've seen it in the films. And all I hear her go is, ooh! And I go, what? She goes, my back's locked. I go, well, there better be a fucking key. She goes, no, the only way to unlock my back is to go to the hospital. I was like, why, is that where they keep the key? But no, so yeah, so she's like, you need to go and tell my dad. I was like, I can't go and tell your dad. I can't go and tell your dad. And she's like, why? I was like, because you've got no fucking clothes on, Leanne, that's why. So I went downstairs, I was like, you right, Mick? He goes, yeah. I'm like, Leanne's back's locked. He's like, I'll come upstairs. I was like, you can't come upstairs, Mick. You can't. He's like, why? I was like, I think you've worked this out by now. Anyway, so yeah, so we get her downstairs, put some joggers on her, we get her in the back of the car. It's like putting a seatbelt on a pretzel. You know, there's and I go to walk off, and he goes, where are you going, Ben? I'm like, home. He goes, no, you're not. So we're on the way to the hospital, you know, Heart love songs are all playing all the way there. I'm at the front going, it's gonna kill me, this fella's gonna kill me. And we're sat in A&E, you know, and I'm terrified. I'm only 15 years old. This guy is gonna absolutely kill me. And I thought, I'm gonna ring my mum. I'm gonna ring her and I'm gonna ask her, like, to come and get me. I was like, Mum, you alright? She goes, Ben, have you got your protection stone? Fuck off, Sharon. Anyway, I'm gonna play a little game with you actually, just to get you into the mood. So it's a game I thought of called Real or Bullshit. I thought of this idea when I was at a train station eating some pineapple. And this lady comes up to me and goes, Ben, you need to be careful with your pineapple, lowers your sperm count. I was like, that is the least of my worries. Anyway, so it got me thinking about old wives' tales and whether they're real or whether they're bullshit. So if you think it's real, you shout real. You think it's bullshit, you shout bullshit. You think it's real? When I say dickhead, there's a yeah, I know. I can see you. You're the only person I can see. Yeah, I've been doing this whole gig to you. You could be the only person in the room as far as I'm aware. Thank you, mate. I'll see you in the interval. Anyway, so you think it's real, or bull? You think it's real? You shout real. So give it a practice. Real. I did say shout, didn't I? Did you hear me say shout? That's it. So you think it's real? You shout. Real. Perfect. You think it's bullshit? You shout. Bullshit. No one ever struggles with bullshit. Perfect. Anyway, so an apple a day will keep the doctor away. Real or bullshit? Real. Who said real? Me. Get them some help. Anyway, there's so eating carrots will help you see in the dark. Real or bullshit? Real. Bullshit, Nazi myth, look it up. Last one is getting stung by a jellyfish. Piss on it will take away the sting. Whoa. I ask, you answer. That's how it goes. Real. I love a golden shower. Okay, one more time, all together. Absolute bullshit. Calm down. It's alright, it's only a game. Yeah, it's alright. It's a long show this, you're not going to make it to the end. Anyway, so yeah, so absolute bullshit. So not only have you been stung by a jellyfish, you're also getting pissed on by your own playing at the same time, you know what I mean? Prince Andrew like that myth as well. Right, so before I leave, I'm going to do a bit of a, getting you into the right sort of like volume. So we're going to do round of applause out of 10. You alright with that? Yeah. It doesn't matter until you do it anyway. So it's, we're going to start with a 2 out of 10 round of applause. Give me a 2 out of 10 round of applause. That's absolutely a 2 out of 10 round of applause. That's what are you alright? Yeah. What's your name? Jad. What do you do, Jad? Talk all the way through shows, that's what you do. Anyway, right, so now I want to practice a 6 out of 10 round of applause. We've got a lot to go here. Now I want to practice a 10 out of 10 round of applause. Give me a 10 out of 10 round of applause. Okay, right. So, for the rest of the show, I want you to do that sort of volume, because I had to work for that. You know what I mean? Anyway, before I go, apparently you've all got a question thing at the end of your seat for the Q&A later. You've got to fill it in, or I'm going to batter you. That's what's going to happen. And then there's a raffle for the merch as well. I'm bigger than I look. This t-shirt's baggy. Anyway, I've been Ben Hart. You find me online, Ben Hart Comedy. It's spelled like the goalkeeper, not like the organ. And I'll see you later, guys. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ben Hart, everybody. You've got time to go to the bar for a quick drink if you want a drink, or to the toilet before the show starts. Also, if you want raffle tickets, they're in the foyer. Thank you.